Okay, so this is going to be a very different video for me. Um, so David Wolfie or Wolf, I don't know if the E is silent or not, put out a video called 10 Things Reactors Need to Stop Doing in 2024. I'm very curious to see what he has to say. I don't think he's really put out his opinions on like reactions in general at all, but yeah, he's a very cool reaction channel. Very chill, very nice production, probably way more nicer than mine. But yeah, he definitely deserves a follow if you guys haven't. But I'm very interested to see what he has to say, and then obviously I'm going to talk about my thoughts on what he has to say. Who knows, this may be a video where I just put on my Patreon and it's probably not going to show up in the ether, and this could be a very boring video and I may not upload on YouTube. I'm not totally sure. We'll see. But anyways, let's get straight into it.
2.5 years now. And not only do I really enjoy making reaction videos, but I also really enjoy watching reaction videos. I mean, that's the reason why I got into this in the first place. During the pandemic, I found reaction channels as a way to kind of connect with the metal community in a way that I hadn't in a long time. And it's just so much fun. And I am really just a big fan of so many reactors here on YouTube. But as somebody who's also been a professional video producer for about 6 years now, I
Wow.
have some really strong opinions on how reaction videos should be done. So this is my top 10 things that reactors need to stop doing. Now, before we get into
Interesting.
this, I just
I
want to
feel like this is probably going to be more on like maybe video editing and probably maybe production. Maybe. I'm not totally sure. This could have something to do with like he's gonna have criticism of how people put content out or certain spaces in between where people aren't talking, maybe. I'm not totally sure. But I don't know, I kinda have a preference of how I want my reaction uh videos and how I really like them. There's some videos out there, some reaction channels where I just really like the entertainment of, like, for example, Nick Nocturnal making reactions. He's very funny, and I love his vibe in general. He's probably one of the first like metal YouTubers that I really got into, which slowly got me into like metalcore music and deathcore music. But there's definitely some reaction channels where I really like their content, but like it from start to finish, whenever I watch their videos, it's not very there are certain things that kind of turn me off on them. And yeah, but I don't know. Maybe he will get into them and maybe I'll kind of talk about how I feel about what other reactors do that I don't personally like. But yeah.
say this list is by no means definitive, and by no means am I saying that I am the expert. I know my videos are just okay. There are some people out there who are doing so much more creative and interesting things than I am. I just think that there's a lot of things that reactors can do to clean up their videos, make them tighter, make them more interesting, and just make them more enjoyable to watch for the average viewer.
I I'm so I don't know. Like I put out a lot of unedited content, and I wonder if a lot of this has to do with editing. And most of the people who watch my videos, at least there's a I don't know, there's a particular taste that I have or the content that I put up that people really like. Seems like people really like unedited stuff. Maybe not as what is it called? Professional maybe type videos, and people like I guess my vibe. I don't know. Please put down in the comments below like why you like my channel, because like I think at first it was because I put out a lot of full album reactions and not put them on Patreon. And the reason why I do that is because I don't have the time to edit videos, and I don't want to be editing for hours upon hours doing videos. There's other stuff that I want to do. And the only videos I do edit are albums that will get blocked by record labels, certain record labels, and then I'll put the full album reaction on Patreon, and then I'll make a highlight reaction. That's the only time. And I haven't made a highlight video since the end of summer or so. But yeah, let's continue.
So this is not a call out to any one particular person, and this is not me hating on anyone for sure. This is definitely just my personal opinions on the way I think reaction videos should be done. If you disagree, that's totally cool. You do you. This is just my list. With all that being said, let's jump into it. At number 10, I have overdoing it for the camera. I'm talking
Oh,
about those reactors who
oh,
lose their minds when a breakdown happens, who fall out of their chairs, who are like screaming and, oh my goodness, is the craziest thing I've ever heard. I really doubt that that is their real personality. And if it is, great, good for them. You know, I'm sure they're really fun to be around. But I'm also
yeah. This is, I don't know. I don't know if I really get this vibe when it comes to most metal reactors on YouTube. I feel like I get the feeling of like overreactions whenever I see like TikTok or like Instagram reels. Personally, there's this one person I can think immediately, but I know it's kind of for just cool editing and all this type of stuff. But I don't know. I don't really see overreacting really. I do kind of see like maybe performance or people making very funny, not skits. I don't want to say like Nick Nocturnal does like skits or whatever, or he has like just only like an online persona, but I don't think I don't know. I feel like he has that like online reaction persona, I guess, whenever he does reaction videos, but it's entertaining. It doesn't feel like overreacting or anything like that. But I don't know. I don't think I've seen a lot of people overreacting, but I definitely have seen like very, very smaller content creators or people who just started like overreacting. I do remember seeing that kind of stuff, but when it comes to like bigger reactors, and I guess anyone that wants to make a like a reaction channel or anything like that, don't overreact or overreact in the camera so people you think that people will like your content because you really really like it, because it may be very obvious that you're overreacting. I've seen it before. It's very cringy. Don't do it. Just, if a song really hits you and or whatever, like, you know, um just kind of go with the flow. I've definitely realized as I've done like more reaction videos, or whenever I look at my previous videos, my reactions have kind of changed where I do certain stuff, but it feels very natural for me. Like I'll still have like the feeling of being blown away or whatever and stuff like that. But I do see myself like going towards or looking like in a certain angle and then looking at my OBS camera or whatever, seeing like what it looks like. I do see that, but like my reaction isn't like unnatural. I don't know, it's very weird. Whenever you are recording videos and you're just watching the camera making sure like it's recording, the audio is good, and you're still getting sound or whatever, you seem to start looking over here. I guess for people for people who really like my videos, I look over here. This is where my other monitor is, and sometimes I make like a face or whatever, and it looks good for the thumbnail. And usually whenever I am recording, I'm usually looking for a possible way of getting a thumbnail so I can clip it and then make it into the thumbnail at times. Usually it happens when it comes to album reactions. So I can type on my notepad like a certain point where there's probably a good thumbnail and stuff like that. But yeah, here's something that I personally don't really like reaction channels doing. And I like this is like a very big like personal thing of mine. Like other people, I see it and I don't really like it that much, and it's not really a big deal. You guys probably don't notice it as much as I do, but whenever people have like um pre-selected faces to put on thumbnails, I don't like that really. I like do I want to call out someone? I don't like there is one. I don't think he'd particularly care, but I don't want to ruin like I guess like the content or whatever. But there is some people who put like the same some like 8 faces on their thumbnails, and I see that, and it doesn't feel like it's the actual reaction of the album reaction or the video or whatever. It doesn't really have the same feel or connection for me personally. And what I really like about like my thumbnails is that all my thumbnails are in the video. You will probably be able to find where my thumbnail is, or the clip that I made. And I think it makes the video more personalized or more closer to the thumbnail. And yeah, that's just something I personally see. And it makes every thumbnail look very different. And you're going to see in like an actual face of my reaction to something in the video, which is something I really, really like about that. But I guess that's like my biggest criticism of some reaction channels. But I don't know. That's kind of like a personal thing of mine.
Certain that most of the people doing
God,
that
we're at 10 minutes into we're almost 2 minutes into the video. Wait here. I'm gonna speed this up.
are just hamming it up for the camera and doing it for the views. Just stop. It's so much more interesting to be yourself and to genuinely capture your real raw emotions on
True.
camera. There's a reason why my videos are much more subdued than the average reaction video. That's because that's just who I am. I'm not the kind of person who's going to flip out and lose my mind over a generic breakdown. But when I find something that's truly amazing and truly does blow my mind, you are going to see that in my face.
That's something that's very true, because like whenever I see his reactions, he doesn't really like have this like this thing that I have or whatever whenever I react to music. But like, you know, his video, there's going to be that one video or one song where he's going to be whoa, like, and it's going to be a very cool video. And I think that's I don't know, I feel like I kind of have like the same feeling or whatever. It probably happens a bit more because I don't know, like I guess I do gravitate towards like being like very blown away by certain stuff, like riffs or certain vocal parts or certain very cool things. And like I'm very not very amazed easily, but it really hits me personally. But yeah, there's gonna be that one video where David is gonna like be blown away, and it's gonna be probably one of his best reaction videos. People say, I don't know, some people say that my best reaction video is Invent Animate's my reaction to Heavener by Invent Anime, because that album blew me away from start to finish in many different ways. And yeah, I don't know. There's gonna be videos out there where like there's gonna be some awesome moments that I really enjoy. Like, you know, Heavener, Invent Animate, Viljarta, their first album, and their uh Undervatten, Dance Gavin Dance. On my recent Dance Gavin Dance video, I was pretty blown away by it. And I tend to surround myself with a lot of music that really blows me away or that I really like reacting to, because they make very good content. And I personally really like making those videos, because archiving my reaction and sharing it to other people, that's something I really, really like. And I like this is something a lot of people don't know or whatever, but I make reaction videos for myself and not really for the viewers. I just happen to get a following. I guess people really liking my stuff, and I'm basically making videos for both me and you, essentially. And because like this is kind of like a journal. This channel is kind of like a journal or like an archive thing where I can go back and I would like wonder whenever I'm listening to a song, I wonder what my reaction was with this song or particularly, and then I can go back and look at those reactions or whatever and see what I thought. And also there's some videos where like there's been insane days or insane times or whatever, and I did make a reaction video, and then I can go back to that reaction video and kind of visualize that day or better understand what I was going through at that time. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think a lot of reactors do the same, make content the same reason of why I do it, I guess. Maybe. But people aren't talking about archiving their reactions or whatever. But yeah.
my real reaction because I don't give you that every single time. At number 9, we have reacting to things that you don't care about at all, just for the views. Now, this is definitely
True.
something that I have never done. All right, everybody's done this one, and everybody will continue to do this one. I can't really fault people for doing this, honestly. It's a quick and
Have I reacted to something where I reacted to it purely because of views and not that I really like the band or artist? I'm not totally sure. That's weird. I don't know. Because I know there's some artists where you're going to get a lot of views reacting to them. Like there's that one, I don't know. I see there's some content creators where they make videos of covers and stuff like that, and they happen to just get a lot of views and a lot of people really like reactions to it. I don't know. I don't know. Someone be honest. Is there any like reaction video I made that made you feel like I did it for the views? I don't think everything that I've reacted to, I'm being honest. Like I feel like because I've reacted to it because I really like the music, or I'm very interested to see what the song is about, or what my thoughts are the song. Because like for example, like people can probably look at like the Lil Uzi reaction videos or the Spirit Box collaboration with Megan the Stallion as like possible videos where I did it because of the views, but I was genuinely very interested in the song, what it's going to sound like, and I wanted to put my opinion out there. And who knows? And also, like, it gives people a chance where like people who are into like Lil Uzi or more popular artists may gravitate towards metal music, and I don't feel like I have an obligation to do it, but I feel like it'd be very cool to introduce people to different music. But I don't know. But I do see some reaction channels where they react to I there's probably some that are reacting to Sleep Token because they know it's going to get a lot of views. There's that one guitarist that I see people react to, Abba T or something like that, where he does covers and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. That's yeah,
easy way to grow your channel, but just try to have something interesting to say about these songs. So many of these songs have been passed around so many times. You can kind of predict what people are going to say when the big moment happens, when so and so hits the big high note, or when the breakdown happens, or whatever. If you're going to do the kind of stuff that guarantees you huge views that everyone's done and has made the rounds over the past couple years, have something interesting to say, or just don't do it.
true.
At number 8, we have giving a 10 for every review. This is also something that I've been very guilty of. I don't know. I think I just tend to be too nice, and I like most things, and I don't know, I'm very bad at rating stuff, to be honest. And that's why I really don't do ratings that often. If you give every song and every album a 10, it's meaningless. Every album can't be perfect. Every album can't be a 10. And so it really does drive me nuts when I, check out these reactors and they have hundreds and hundreds of videos and every single song. Oh my goodness, that's a 10, that's an 11, that's a 15. Like, come on, be honest with the way you feel about songs. And if you're like me and you really do just enjoy everything and you're easy to please, then just don't do ratings. You're not adding anything to the conversation. Now we're getting to the
I feel like that was a pretty good criticism. I really like that. Personally, I don't like doing number ratings and stuff like that because, like, I know like bigger channels like Drew or Metal Burb does a lot more like ratings and number ratings and stuff like that. And even if it is like Twitch or whatever, everyone kind of gives their rating and stuff. And I participate in the rating and stuff like that. But I feel like whenever I don't know. I feel like why can't we just say the song is very good or I really really like it instead of putting it in a number, because I feel like some people kind of get stuck on the number, and then whenever like let's say like there's an album where I rate it as like a 6 out of 10, and whenever I said that whenever I reacted to the album, and then let's say like a year goes by, and I go back to that reaction, and I have that, and I see that I put a 6 out of 10 out on that particular album. I feel like I'm kind of poisoning the well whenever I go back to my reactions, thinking, "Oh, this album is not good" or whatever, and then whenever I come back to it, nothing. I'm going to have the preconceived notion that it's not a very good album, if that makes sense. I guess like that's how I feel. My relationship with like ratings and stuff like that, what that can do to me, and maybe it's not the same for Drew and Metalburb, but for me personally, I feel like I'm poisoning the well, and I'm there's a possibility where the reaction video or where the album isn't going to grow on me because I see that rating. There's some albums out there where I listen, where I've reacted to it for the first time, and I didn't really loved it, but I end up really loving it over time, and I go back to the reaction video, and I talk about how I feel about the song and stuff like that, or the album, but I feel like I'm not like giving. I don't know. I feel like numbers are very strong opinions or very strong, and I don't know. I don't really like it that much. But people can do that. Do whatever you want. This is just my personal feelings. None of this is like objective. I don't like whenever people treat music as like an objective thing. Which I kind of see some people do, especially like metal elitists and other people who want to gatekeep and stuff like that. But
Stuff that
continue
really
on.
drives me crazy. Number 7, talking over important parts of the song. Now I know this is the first time that you've heard
Ooh, this is actually a big one for me, but we'll see what he
this song
says.
ever. So how could you know when the important part of the song's coming? Pay attention to the song. If you know anything about song structure and tension and release, you can kind of tell when the important thing is coming. And so don't talk over it. I try really hard in my videos to only talk when I know that it's something that we've heard before or something that's not that important. The second time we've gone through a chorus, over an instrumental part perhaps. But when there's a breakdown coming, and I can tell there's a breakdown coming because I've heard hundreds and hundreds of metal songs, I shut up and I let it happen. And then I give my reaction. Don't talk over the breakdown call out or the most important iconic part of the song. At number 6, we've got
Yeah, but I thought he may go into this or whatever, but I don't like it whenever people pause the song in the middle to talk. If it's like a vocal instructor reacting to a song, I can understand that. But if you're like a reactor and stuff like that, I don't know. I don't really like it whenever people pause in the middle of the song or pause and then go all the way back. I rarely do that. There's songs where I have done that where I felt like I need to like re-listen to that if I felt like, did I heard this right? Is there something else that I'm missing on this? That's the only time I'll go back or pause the video or whatever. Or if I feel like there's no way, if I feel like there's an important thought that I have and I feel like I'll forget it by the end of the reaction, then I will pause it. I feel like there's some people who do pause it and talk about stuff, but I feel like this is like obvious. You can say this all in the outro of the review portion of the video, the end of the video. You could talk about this, but if there's like a thought, like for example, I'm gonna call out someone. Drew Fortune. I love his videos. I think out of all the reactors, I feel like I'm very close to a very similar music taste to him. But there's some videos where he's made where like he pause the video where like it's a proggier album, and if you pause the album, it gives me blue balls. I like it drives me insane. There's like I think like the Viljarta reactions of like the first album, whenever you pause, it makes me want to gouge my eyes out. It's awful, but it's not, that's how he wants to make content. If he wants to make content that way, it's cool. I'm not expecting him to uh give in or to make everyone happy or make me happy or whatever. That's how he wants to do it. But personally, it makes me like want to die inside whenever people pause in like more proggier albums and stuff like that. But yeah.
intros that are too long. Now, this can go two ways. This can be like an intro clip that's too long and taking too long to get to the song. Both are equally annoying. I'm somebody who really likes an intro clip in my videos. And, maybe that's kind of an old school thing, but it just kind of feels like, hey, it's the theme song. It makes it feel like it's a show, makes it feel a little more official, but it's got to be short. My intro is like 5-6 seconds, and that's
I
it.
don't know. Personally, I don't like the whole like intro showing logos or whatever. I don't know. I feel like it's kind of outdated. Personally, people can do it and people like it, and it kind of gives that professional feel whenever people open a video and stuff like that, but I don't know. I personally don't really care about it. I don't love it particularly. I just kind of like the intro. I really like Nick Nocturnal's intros, how he just kind of goes into it, kind of makes some kind of funny skit or stupid ass noise or whatever he does in the beginning of his videos. I really like that and kind of goes into it, kind of gives you the brief explanation about the band or whatever, and then it goes straight into the song. And I feel like it's like a minimum of like 15 seconds, 15 or 20 seconds of the intro or whatever before he gets into the song. But yeah, but I kind of have a similar feeling. But personally, I would just rather have some very funny skit or whatever and not have like the intro like runty or whatever and then it goes into reaction. I don't know. I don't personally enjoy it a whole bunch.
I don't need to
I
see.
I only usually have like intro whenever I make highlight reactions. I usually put like this is a Patreon exclusive or whatever, but you can hear the song or part of the reaction and it kind of fades out and then goes into the reaction for like the first like 8, 10, 5 seconds or whatever. I don't remember how long I make those.
A 30-second compilation of you losing your mind to songs that I can't hear over top of some epic music, and then your logo shows up for 10 seconds. It's just unnecessary. Just get to
Yeah, I kind of understand that. Yeah, I don't know.
the song. Then that goes also for people who chit chat forever and ever and ever about, oh, I was just at the store and I saw this cute dog, and then I also last week I went and saw this other band that has nothing to do with this song. Stop. Just
I can understand that, but I feel like there's some skits or some things that you would I don't know. I think it could be very funny or whatever stuff like that, and yeah, but it's all up to the taste of the subscribers and stuff like that. Some people really like that, and some people don't like it. But yeah, again, if you treat this as like objectively this is bad or this is right or whatever, you probably lost the plot of this whole conversation. And I know there's some people who are very much like that, but I don't know. I like making reaction videos how I like making them. I may change like the content or not the content, but some ways I do things. I don't think video wise I'm gonna change anything. Honestly, the only thing I would really like to change is like camera quality and maybe my background setup or whatever if I do get to the point where I have money to do that. But other than that, I feel like my if I made later on in the future if I still make content, I'll probably improve that. And if I don't know, would I want my videos to be edited? Not totally sure. I feel like there's some albums or some I feel like when it comes to popular music, I think it makes very good edited content. But when it comes to like metal music or prog music, I feel like it's so much better whenever it's just unedited. Like for example, like one of my favorite, I guess, like hip hop reactors is Sean C. And I really love how his videos are edited. It kind of gives you the like 5 or 10 seconds of the important part of the song, and then he pause and talk about it and stuff like that. And I feel like his format of making reactions are very cool, very fun. And if I ever made like reactions to like more popular music or whatever and stuff like that, if I ever found like an artist very interesting that's popular, I would make it in that style because I think it would benefit not benefit, but I feel like for that particular artist, that artists or not artists, that particular viewer that are into like the more popular stuff and have a shorter attention span and like fast edits and stuff like that, I would like to edit certain stuff like that. I think you can probably see influence of that whenever you look at my Tala's The Generation of Danger. It kind of has that similar like very fast pace editing part, however, because there's some very cool parts and people and parts kind of go by very quickly, and I usually try to get as much cool parts in the same video and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm kind of rambling, but let's
just
continue.
get to the song. We're all here to hear you check out this song and to hear your opinion on it. If you want to chit chat and do all, and talk about your week and whatever, do it after the music. If you can't get to the song within 2 minutes, I'm probably going to skip your video. I try
Sure.
really hard to keep my intros under 2 minutes, under a minute 30 if I can, because I know that you guys just want me to get to the song, and I want to respect the viewer's time. So just stop with the long intros. At number 5, we have not caring about your voiceover audio. It's often been said that people can tolerate bad video, but they cannot
Yeah.
tolerate bad audio, and I so agree with that. It baffles me when I see somebody who has a ton of RGB lights and a crazy setup, crystal clear camera, really good editing, and where's the microphone? It's nowhere to be seen. And then they're sitting in this echoey room where you can hear reverberations from their voice and it doesn't sound nice and crisp and clear. I don't understand. The first purchase that I made when I started this channel was a lav mic because I knew that I needed to get my audio on point. The video would sort itself out. You know, I've gone through different cameras and different setups through the years, but audio was a thing that I needed to figure out first. And I think it's a thing that every YouTuber should figure out first. Get good audio and then worry about everything else. I shouldn't.
Yeah, that's very true. It's I don't know. I personally I have to like move like my setup and stuff like that over and over again because I use like multiple different computers at times whenever I go to college and stuff like that. And whenever I'm here I use a different computer. And yeah, and the hardest thing that's very annoying is getting the audio correctly, but the most annoying thing for me is getting the webcam correct. And currently I'm still not very pleased about like how this looks particularly. I don't think this looks very, very good. The reason why I'm not trying to perfect this or whatever right now is because this is a more like the content really matters. Um, me just talking or whatever, making sure I make, I guess, commentary or whatever. I'm doing this because I want to or whatever. It's not like, oh, I feel like I need to do this video to put out on Ether and put my video on there because I really like making videos, like talking about stuff. But and it gives me more practice doing it. But yeah. But the most annoying thing for me is to uh mess around with my webcam settings to make it look nice. Right now, I just kind of look yellowish or whatever. But like, I have like two lights. I have this like reading lamp, and I have this other thing. Or actually, this. Whoa, that kind of looks a lot better. Earlier, whenever I did this, it didn't look that great. Oh, okay. Doesn't look bad. Um, but yeah, and if you're gonna make reaction channels, or make a reaction channel, or any channel, honestly, any type of content creator, make sure you have your audio right and it sounds decent. There's videos on YouTube on how to get your OBS audio straight or your mic straight or webcam. So yeah, use those resources. Here, I'm gonna go get a drink real quick. Okay, let's continue on.
See a big neon sign behind you if you don't even have a microphone. Number 4 is also audio related and maybe even more egregious. It's messing with the original audio of the song. Now, the only thing I do in my videos to change the audio of the song is to just lower it down by about 10 decibels so that you can hear me talk over it and everything sounds nice and good and balanced. There's some people here.
I don't know. Do I? I don't know. I don't usually change the audio down on like OBS or whatever, but I change the audio like down here if it's like too loud or whatever. But I don't know. I don't really have a strong opinion on that. As long as people can hear your voice and what is it called? And hear the song, and your voice is a little bit on top of the song, so you can still hear yourself or still hear yourself and also hear the song or whatever. I think it's fine. But there's sometimes where it's very close, and sometimes it's very where your mic is way too loud, overpowering the song, and then it's the other way around. Recently, some of my videos, I felt like um, the song is kind of overpowering the mic, and I'm trying to fix that. I don't know why it's doing that, but I don't know. But it's one of those things where it's trial and error, and then as this month goes by, you probably are going to realize that the audio sounds a bit more equal or better. Not better, but the audio tracks are more equal. That my mic is a little bit on top of the song, but it's not overpowering the music that I'm reacting to.
Who think that they can skirt around copyright guidelines by pitch shifting a song or speeding it up or putting some compression on it maybe to help equalize it with their voice.
I don't think I've ever seen any reaction channels do that. It's probably something that more popular ones do. I don't think I've ever seen like any metal reaction channels do that. That's wild. Imagine like listening to like Will Ramos, like Lorna Shore, like some song from that band, and it's like pitch shifted up or sped up. That would just be wild.
And
Or just like distorted and it sounds like all crunchy or whatever. That would be awful.
gosh, I just can tell every single time, and it drives me crazy. When I fall in love with a new song,
And to be fair, he's probably maybe talking about like a little bit of that, maybe. I don't know. I'm not totally sure. I feel like I have a decent ear and I would be able to know if something is sped up or more crunchy or whatever, but I don't know. I'm not totally sure.
and it's one of those songs that I'm obsessed with, and I want to go check out all the other Reactors videos for it. I hear this song over and over and over, and the very second that that song starts playing and it's been pitch shifted or sped up or compressed or something like that, I can tell. And it drives me crazy because I've heard this song so many times, I know exactly how it should sound, and I think lots of people are the same way. So just don't mess with the original audio, just turn it up or down, depending on how you need to mix it with your stuff. Don't put any effects on it, please. Now, this one's a little more niche and maybe comes from my background going to art school, but it's not putting the picture in picture within your sight line when you're reacting to it. Let me explain. When I react, I sit here and I look here. See what I mean? The way I
Yeah.
edit my videos creates the illusion of my eyes looking.
Yeah. Like imagine imagine if I like put like I reacted to stuff and like the video is like right here. Like imagine because I'm like looking at the ether and then the video is like right there. Yeah, that's kind of like what he's talking about, and it just looks weird. Doesn't look right at all. Yeah, big thing. Personally, I don't know if I really like people putting stuff down here, really, or up here. I don't know. It doesn't, I don't know. I guess it depends if it looks like you're more looking up or looking down. I don't know how he formats his videos. Wait, let me go check real quick. Because does he put stuff? Yeah, like here, whenever he's like reacting to stuff, he has the video down here because it looks like he's looking down. So it makes sense for him to put the video there. But for me, my monitor is like straight up in front of me. I'm looking over here, and so it makes sense that my video should be over here. Just this guy is actually uh um giving some good tips for people who want to start a channel.
looking at the little video in the big video. And it's a small thing, but when reactors sit like here and the video is playing back here, it creates a weird
Oh yeah,
feedback loop that isn't very pleasant. There's something in art called composition, and it's all about leading the viewer's eyes throughout the piece. And really good compositions trap your eyes within the piece and create feedback loops where you are bouncing around from one thing to another and you just keep looking around and you're enticed and brought into the art. And I think good reaction videos do the same thing. When you put the picture in picture within your sight line, the viewers are looking at your face and then looking at your eyes and looking where your eyes are looking. Does that make sense? Put the
true.
video in front of your eyes. And number two,
Based.
we've got not playing the entire song in the video. This one drives me crazy. People will skip around, skip choruses, skip bridges, skip verses because
Do I? Is there anyone who skips stuff? I know there's people who pause and stuff and keep on going. I don't know. I don't know. There's probably a niche of content creators or a certain genre where they do this, but I don't know. I don't
oh, it's
personally
the
see
same as the
this.
last one, and I didn't say anything interesting. I still want to see your reaction. And I know why people do this. They do it to get around copyright, and I can't really blame them for that. Copyright is really annoying as a reactor, but it's something we all have to deal with. But when you cut out a certain part of the song, you never know if that part that you cut out is somebody's very favorite part, and they really wanted to see your reaction to that very moment. And even if it's just you going, oh, interesting, or even not saying anything at all, that's more valuable than you cutting it out completely. It drives me absolutely crazy if every second of the song is not included in your video. I don't mind if you
Yeah, people. I don't know. People. Well, it's I don't. It's not that I don't know. I know why people do this, but it's just people want to keep people's attention span so people can so viewers can keep on watching the video, stuff like that. And there's certain videos where um like videos that I make and I see that only like people would only watch like over like a little under like 2 minutes of the video and stuff like that. But it's just people's reaction um oh gosh. Um Man, I totally forgot the word. But oh god, what's the oh my gosh, retention or whatever. People, there's some people that only have a short attention span. There it is. Uh, to watch a certain thing, and if they don't personally like it, they're not going to watch the whole thing. And people want to like skip over these certain parts that kind of repeat. So the more interesting part is going to happen or whatever, and so to keep people watching the video, stuff like that. But yeah, it's not really something I personally like. I don't really see a lot of people doing that, really, unless it's like very heavy, like unedited stuff, or if I really like Sean C probably does this. The hip hop reaction channel that I talked about. He probably does this, but I don't really care that much because there's some parts of the song where like it just repeats and who cares about it. I think when it comes to like hip hop music and popular music, I feel like it's easier to skip over certain choruses and stuff like that because it could repeat and it's annoying or whatever. There's no reason to play that, but I think when it comes to like metal music and rock music, I feel like for people it's very important to see the other part of the chorus or the second chorus or the repeating part.
Pause now and then and back it up and replay things. But I just want to make sure that you hit every second of that song so that I can see how you react to the entire song. You never know which moment is someone's favorite, and that might turn them off from watching your video if you don't show that. And at number one, we have excessive pausing without adding anything to the conversation. Now, this one's a
True.
hot button issue. I don't pause in my videos because I don't particularly like to pause. I don't like when people pause a ton in videos, but I get why people do it. They do it for a multitude of reasons, copyright being one of them. And also, some people are super, super intelligent experts who need to take time to explain some vocal technique or a production technique or whatever they're experts in. And I totally get that. Channels like The Charismatic Voice or Cardivox Academy, they can pause and rewind as
Yeah.
much as they want because they know what they're talking about and they add to the conversation. But certain channels that just pause and go, wow, this is crazy. I can't believe this.
True.
Let's get back to it. You're adding nothing. You could have just said that over top.
Yeah, yeah, like unless it's something that like you think like you're going to forget and stuff like that. I don't know. Maybe like I think it's probably easier for people to like write notes or something like that or type on a notepad about like some section of a song, but like if it's something where I don't know, I don't like it whenever people pause in the middle of a reaction. I don't like it at all. Like especially when it comes to like prog your albums where it's very tight and it transitions to the next part and your brain is expecting to go into this other part. Like it drives me insane. Like for example, Drew Fortune. I love Drew Fortune. I really like his videos. But I guess my least favorite thing about what he does is he will pause stuff into like the worst times um at times like the thing the like for example I remember I was watching his reaction to Viljarta's first album and like it was transitioning to from Dagger to Gold Monk or whatever, and there's certain parts in Gold Monk where it transitions so well and he paused the song and it drives me insane. And yeah, personally I just like everything just kind of go unless I have really have something to say. I don't know. I don't know if there's is there I don't know. Yeah, I feel like all the comments and stuff like that could be said by the end of the reaction or the end or the review portion or in the middle of the reaction where you feel like there's nothing happening. And I really love whenever people try to talk, and I love these videos that I make where I try to talk but amazing shit keeps on happening to the point where I don't have words for it. I love those parts where like I'm feeling like very overwhelmed and it I don't know, it has a very cool feeling. I really like that a lot. But yeah, that's kind of how I feel about that whole pausing phenomenon.
Of the music. I know why you're pausing. You're just doing it to get around copyright, but it's really, really annoying. Just let it play if you're not going to add anything to the conversation. Well, that's my 10 things that I think reactors should stop doing to make their videos better. and I don't really like being negative. So let's get some positivity in the comments. Let me know who your favorite reactors are and what you love about their
So,
channel. I want to hear who you like to watch in the comments.
okay, I think that's pretty much it for this video. Well, very well done video. I really like it. I really like videos like this because makes people think about how people can do it starts a conversation going and make content creators think, how can I do this better, or is there anything that I'm doing that I can possibly do? Personally, I don't know if there's anything particularly that I should really do to help, I guess. Not help my channel, but help you guys like my videos a bit more. I don't think there's anything I do that particularly annoys people, unless if you're really into people talking all the time and stuff like that. A lot of my reactions is just digesting music and stuff like that. And there's times where I do pause and I talk about a certain thing, but like, for example, my last reaction to Tala's album Matriphagy, I was talking about the concept and stuff like that and some parts, and to explain further into it for people who aren't familiar with it. And it seems like people still really like that, and people don't complain about me pausing because I'm talking about something that's very important. But there's some things where where people just um I feel like it could just be, as David said, it could just be held um God, I lost my train of thought. Um it could just be talked about, or they can talk about it by the end of the video and stuff like that. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all I have to say. By the way, I make these types of videos to practice my commentary on stuff. And I'm definitely going to try to make more videos, or as many videos as I can, whenever I see like opinion pieces from other reactors and stuff like that, to get my thoughts in if I feel like it would be interesting to start a conversation. And again, for me to practice my commentary. And I hope at some point to do a podcast. There's actually someone that I'm gonna be doing like a little podcast thing. I don't know if it's gonna be very formal or this is gonna be like a long term thing with this particular person. But we both seem to really enjoy each other's company, really like talking about many different things, and we're thinking, hey, this could be very good content to put out for people to listen to. But yeah, but it's yeah, I think that's all I really have to say about this. Tell me down below your thoughts about your guys' thoughts about my channel, if there's anything that I can do better or things that you want me to do, stuff like that. Not promising that I'm going to do them or anything like that. But yeah, love to hear you guys' opinions about all this. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any suggestions, please put them down in the comments below, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.